Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
A lot has been said about Robocop as a satire. The film lampoons American corporate greed, the media, the military-industrial complex, taking aim at a certain 1980s cocaine-fueled brand of Reaganomic excess. A lot of it is irreverent and over-the-top, but then when paired with the gritty violence and the earnest pathos of Alex Murphy's struggle to regain his humanity, it creates a tone that sets Robocop apart from other similar action movies from the 80s. The interesting thing about Robocop's tonal juggling act is that when you scratch at the film's satirizing of American corruption and excess, you find underneath what might either be another, more subtle layer of satire, or else an earnest affirmation of at least the spirit of American individualism. One thing is how much narrative and aesthetic DNA Robocop shares with the American Western.
I know.
A lone gunman rides in to clean up a lawless town. The man runs afoul of not just the local ruffians, but also the town's corrupt businessmen. What really sells Alex Murphy's humanity under that bulky metallic suit is his flamboyant panache with a gun. In the movie, he's emulating TJ Laser, a character in a show he would watch with his son, but he also conjures the same iconography as John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Gary Cooper, and Ronald Reagan, who starred in his own share of westerns. Robocop satirizes America's obsession with the media, but at the same time, one of Murphy's most humanizing qualities is wrapped up in an affectionate relationship with the media, and more broadly, the American frontier mythos. Again, you could dismiss all this as satire. The final scene of the film is certainly a bit tongue-in-cheek in its homage to the classic Western.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Murphy.
You could argue that Murphy's cowboy swagger and his solving everything at the barrel of a gun is some further indictment of the American way of doing things. You could argue that despite all his strides towards regaining his humanity, Murphy saving the president of OCP and gaining his approval keeps him an unwitting pawn in their machinations, implying that there's no real breaking the cycle of crime, capital, and greed. You could also argue that the cowboy archetype and the over-the-top action and violence is the movie saying that this is the spoonful of sugar the audience needs to make any sort of social commentary go down. In my mind, though, Murphy is too sympathetic of a character, is too in the right for his journey to be dismissed as some sort of satirical meta-commentary. The other, more overtly satirical elements of the film never make Murphy any less tragic or heroic or real. In Alex Murphy's struggle to regain his humanity, you can infer man's struggle against modernity, against the government, against the law. As Murphy does regain some of his humanity, he doesn't settle for re-embracing the morals and ethics of the Detroit Police Department, but instead embraces an extrajudicial frontier style of justice.
I'm not arresting you anymore.
Wait a minute. Thinking it's kind of personal, aren't you? If one of your men cross my land or even touch one of my cows or do anything to that store, I'm not going to the sheriff, the governor, or the president of the United States. I'm coming to see you.
In that sense, Alex Murphy isn't simply going back to being the man he was, but is on his way to becoming something different. And that's the other thing, is that so much of Robocop is about the triumph of the individual and the iconoclast, the proposed intent behind high-octane free-market capitalism. Taken all together then, stacking Robocop's more overt satire of American neoliberal excess against its earnest celebration of rugged American individualism, the movie seems to be pointing out the discrepancy between the two. The things that are meant to uplift the individual, money, technology, government, actually sublimate and erase him. The things that are supposed to free him actually enslave him. I don't know what to make of it exactly, and in the end I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter so much what the intent is or that it be pinned down in an academic sense, only that it works, and in the case of Robocop, it does. But let me know what you think. How deep does the Robocop rabbit hole go? Is it big-brained satire? Is it creative happenstance? Is it all in the eye of the beholder? In conclusion, Robocop is a really good movie. Epilogue. How better to end a video about Robocop than with a commercial? Here's a commercial. Do you like books? Do you like books? Do you read them sometimes? Do you read books sometimes? Why not consider picking up some books that I wrote with my words and brain? Pick up some books by me at Amazon.com. Books. Check out the most recent one. The most recent and best one, I would say. It's called The Automatic Woman, and it has some similarities to Robocop. It's about a dystopian future, a dystopian hellscape where technology has corrupted people's hearts and souls, and check it out, why don't you? Thanks for watching. Goodbye.